Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucia and this is Lulu's Leaves.
I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood cause I'm trying hard to love.
Today's video is going to be a really fun one. I am going to be talking to you guys about some of my more unique foliage plants and just things that are super out there and maybe aren't on everyone's radar. I definitely want to show you guys that there are other plants out there other than the heartleaf philodendrons that you guys know I love. But yeah, I do really want to go into some of the more unique plants today. Before I do get into that though, if you guys aren't already subscribed, definitely click that button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Also, I have memberships if you're interested. We have a group chat on Discord that we talk on all the time if you guys want to join that type of community. It is really tight-knit and everyone is super duper friendly. I also have merch, which I will link down below for you guys. It's super soft and super fun, so if you guys want to rep some Lulu's Leaves, that is also available for you guys. But with all of that out of the way, let's just get straight on into the video. All right guys, well, I'm going to start off with some of the really fun plants here. I have a few that are more common and one that I stumbled on accidentally. I'm sure you guys know which plant I'm talking about, and I will start it off with that plant. The first unusual plant that I want to talk to you guys about is my Sport Variegated Monstera. I'm going to show it this way because this is its brand new leaf. It's hard to see with all of the light reflecting on it, but this leaf is absolutely beautiful and it's almost double the size of the older leaves. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any fenestrations, but I still think that it looks absolutely beautiful. It actually came in really nice for me because a lot of these other leaves on this plant, for some reason, they just want to point up to the sky. I think that it's due to the grow lights in my cabinet. This one is living in my cabinet for the time being. But yeah, it's just growing like upwards on a slant for some reason. So that's okay. It's still obviously super duper beautiful. Look at this leaf too. But this one actually is facing the front, which is really nice. You guys can probably see from the side better. It is definitely upright and really beautiful. So honestly, I can't wait to watch this one grow over the summer. I have a feeling that it's just going to explode because over the winter, it's put out a new leaf every few weeks and there is already a bump from a new leaf coming in on this leaf. So because of all of the green on this plant, it definitely is a fast grower. I would say this grows just as fast, if not more quickly than my other regular green monsteras. And that is because the variegation is green and not white. So the whole plant can absorb the sun still. But yeah, I honestly can't believe how beautiful this plant is getting. And it's been really great at not getting any pests, which is really nice because monsteras are kind of known for attracting stuff like thrips first and foremost. And yeah, I've had no issues. So I'm really happy with this plant and I think it is super cool. I can't wait for it to throw out some aerial roots so I can chop and prop for my friends. But I do want to let this one grow a little bit more before I do decide to cut it up. So that is all for this guy. The next plant is one that doesn't get a lot of attention on my channel, but it is one that I have recently just started to appreciate a little bit more recently. And I'm talking about my Snakeskin Orchid here. I don't know the exact official botanical name for this one, but it has the coolest texture to the leaves. Actually, the texture is more so just smooth, but the patterning is what makes it so fantastic. It hasn't grown at all, I don't think, since I got it, but I got it at a good size. Like, this is pretty full and beautiful. So I'm not super upset about that. I'm sure that this summer it will eventually do something. I actually don't know what the blooms look like on this guy, but I really didn't buy it for that at all. I think the texture, or I keep calling it texture, but the design on the leaves basically is what makes it so attractive to me. And it's definitely a unique plant. There are not many that look like this, and especially not orchids. I believe that this genus of orchid has a few that look similar to this one, but outside of this genus, I don't think that there are many that look this unique. So I'm definitely really glad that I was able to find this one, and I was able to get it locally too. I didn't have to do any shipping or anything like that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm really not a huge fan of having plants shipped to me, mostly because I can usually find them elsewhere on my own. And for that reason, I don't really feel like going online and having to purchase something and pay extra for shipping. I would rather just try to find it locally so I don't have to pay like $60 extra for shipping, because in Canada, shipping is not cheap. So yeah, I was really excited to be able to find one of these guys locally. And it's probably not a plant that I would have even purchased online, because it probably doesn't photograph as good as it looks in person. So I'm definitely excited to have this guy, and my love for it is definitely refueled this summer, or this spring. The next plant that I want to talk about is an odd-shaped leaved Hoya. And this is actually a pretty common Hoya. I don't know if it's common where you guys are from, but usually if you look hard enough, you can definitely find these guys in my area. And I'm talking about the Hoya Rotunda Flora. This one is growing in really cute for me. You can see those shinier small leaves there, but it honestly hasn't grown a ton since I got it. This plant is really cool though, for the fact that it has these sort of oblong rectangle shaped leaves. They do have softer corners, but you don't really find many Hoyas or plants at all with this type of leaf shape. It's very paddle-like, and yeah, it's just not something that you see often, especially in a Hoya. So while it might not be super striking, it's definitely cool in terms of Hoyas. So yeah, if you're a Hoya lover and you really enjoy more unique foliage and you don't already have this guy, I would totally recommend looking for one. You can usually find them for not a crazy price. I think I paid maybe $30 for this plant at a very similar size to what it is right now. So yeah, it's definitely not a crazy expensive one, and it's usually attainable for most people if you want one. Another thing about this plant is that it has actually fuzzy-ish leaves. There's like a little baby hairiness to them, which I think is super fun. I love little hairy baby Hoya leaves. And yeah, it's like a little peach fuzz. I doubt it's gonna pick up on camera, but I will try to show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I hope you can, because it is really cool. And yeah, I think I need to repot this guy because all of the perlite has basically risen to the top of the plant, so I doubt it's getting very much drainage right now. Next up is a plant that I got a while back before they were really popular, and now I'm seeing them sold for a lot of money. So I'm grateful that I do have one, and I think the plant that I do have is really beautiful. So yeah, I'm talking about my Philodendron Snowdrift. If you guys have been watching my channel for a little while now, you guys know how much I love this plant. It just has the coolest foliage, and I'm starting to see these leaves turn green, which is really cool because they were all really white for some time, and every single one of these leaves is relatively new. Now that it's turning green, I assume we're gonna get a little bit more growth because there's a little bit more chlorophyll in the leaves, but usually with this one you have at least one more green leaf, so it's able to sustain itself off of that, but that's not really the case for this one right now. So I'm really hopeful that once these guys start turning a little bit more green, that we'll get some more growth, because again, it's been a little bit more stagnant and the leaves that have come out haven't really been able to unfurl properly. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really fun to watch this one grow this summer, and hopefully these leaves will get nice and green. Sorry if it's getting a little bit darker, guys. The sun is going down. This is a northeast facing window, so at the end of the day, it doesn't get much light at all. But yeah, this plant just makes me super happy, and I really want to keep it in my greenhouse because I feel like it's producing the most white leaves. Before I had this one out in the open, it wasn't producing many white leaves at all. It was really coming in like a lime green and then going to green or like a darker green pretty quickly. So it does make me happy to see this one coming in with lighter leaves because of the amount of light that I'm giving it. So I don't know if that's a hard and fast thing. If you give it more light, it's going to come out more white, but that has been the case in my specific situation. So yeah, this is my snowdrift. We just got a little burst of light here. I'm loving it. Next up is actually a more uncommon plant. So it's definitely one that you guys probably already know about before watching this video, but I did want to share it because it is definitely a funky and unique houseplant. The plant that I'm talking about is my Philodendron Squamoferum. This one has the coolest petioles ever. You can see they're super duper hairy. This one here is the newest leaf, and that petiole is just everything you could want and more. It's also a really nice deep red color, which is super duper cool. You get to see that in the Florida Ghost as well. It doesn't necessarily have the same effect because it's not hairy like this plant. I do think I actually need to put this guy on a moss pole. It is currently in a hanging macrame holder because I like the way that it looks in one, but the leaves are getting a little bit smaller each time they come out and they're losing their mature shape. I do think I want to put it on a pole though, so that it starts putting out these more mature leaves again, because we did definitely have some more mature leaves, and then they started going back to more the like chubby cute leaves here, and then this here is the newest leaf. It's pretty small, but it is actually going in the right direction in terms of leaf shape compared to this leaf here. So I don't know. I think it's just gonna be me getting smaller leaves more so if I don't put it on a moss pole. But like, how nice is this? This plant, I think I got it with 3 or 4 leaves, and a lot of the leaves have died off just naturally. So it really has grown tremendously since I got it. If you guys didn't see me get this plant, I only got it a few months ago, and yeah, it's just grown so well. I love having a nice bushy plant like this, especially when you buy them small. It's super rewarding to see this. So yeah, that is my Squamoferum. Definitely an oddball plant, but if you like hairy petioles like I do, this is definitely one that you want to get. The last plant here is one that I just got yesterday, and I'm super excited about it. It's currently living in my cabinet because of the type of species that it is. I am talking about this little guy here. This is a Sundew. I don't know the exact name for it, but I'm pretty sure it's something like Droserius or something like that, Drosseria. But this is a really nice compact version. I don't know if it's going to get a little bit more leggy as it grows, but I'm hoping that I can take care of this one decently well. I don't have any distilled water, but I'm going to try to use bottled water to water this guy. But it's definitely one of the coolest plants that I have right now, and you can see some little fungus gnats on there just disintegrating away. But yeah, I love that this one's like a cluster of them rather than just like one leggier plant, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it does look like there's a lot of different plants a part of this small little guy, which is really, really cool. And I love the fact that there's like these little red droplets on the leaves. I think that's actually what kills the fungus gnats. I don't think that's like, I think it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's part of the plant. I think that's part of the juices that it produces, if that makes sense. But it is very, very cool. And I got this for only $18 at Secret Garden. I think there was one left if you guys want one, but I'm sure there will be more in the future. Again, though, this is definitely really, really a great plant if you need some help in terms of fungus gnats. All right, guys, well, that is going to be it for me. I really, really hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also subscribe down below and check out my memberships if you're interested. They are definitely cool if you want to have a little bit more personal contact with yours truly. But yeah, that's going to be all from me. I think I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of how we are going to be transferring my mom's plants because she is moving. So if you want to see a moving vlog for her plants, I do think that that is going to be coming soon, probably on Monday or Tuesday, or maybe next week if we decide to move them the following weekend. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.